Hi, I'm Gabriele Columba, and I'm a first year postdoc from the University of Bologna at the moment. I've done my PhD in Padua, here where we are talking at the moment.
In my place, yes.
And what else? I'm from Palermo.
Originally. So you're Italian.
Yeah, I'm Italian.
Yeah.
And I work on protoplanetary disks, let's say, early star and planetary formation as a general topic at the moment with the Leonardo testing.
Okay, great. Awesome. So let's talk about your career path.
All right.
So you started your bachelor as a physicist?
Yeah,
right?
I started from physics.
And how did it go for you? How was it?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed physics since earlier on.
Yeah.
So, okay, if I have to go back, I think I started being passionate with astrophysics since kind of early, from reading the encyclopedias for kids. Yeah, yeah, there was a volume about the universe, and it immediately got me super captivated.
So like the terminologies. And...
It was like a big book with figures, and well, it was a lot of figures, and like little explanation for various things. So it was like very graphical, but at the same time it gave actual information. And I was like found that thing super fascinating because nobody really said anything about the universe.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, yeah, stars,
this
whatever.
Is at what age, by the way? You were in high school or like
I think it was
like
middle
earlier?
school. No, it was still middle school. Yeah, kind of early.
Okay.
It was just like, yeah, sure. I back at the time I loved subatomic particles. Like loved them.
So this was like which stage?
Before what?
Like this was like before your middle school or
around middle school.
Around middle school.
Yeah.
So you developed a love for sciences in general during your middle school?
I would say so, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was science in the family. So
okay. Right. So okay, this is like something very interesting. Like in this
from the father's side, my father's side was like grandparents and father are like both coming from engineering. Okay. So it's like it
Which
was
type of engineering?
My father energy.
Yeah.
And well, back then it was called nuclear, but yeah, energy. Okay. He was never an engineer, by the way.
Yeah, damage control.
Yeah. And my grandfather was, I think like a civil engineer or something. Okay. I hope my relatives don't see this.
You're like all the wrong information.
Yeah, basically he's like physics for engineers in the faculty. So, you know, there was science in the family, and I think I got this kind of approach of curiosity a lot from that. But then, yeah, like I stumbled this on my own, and I got super passionate. But then, like I followed physics in high school pretty with interest, and then when I kind of had to choose university because the felt like natural continuation of the studies. And microphone is on, right? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And then I started with physics also because in Palermo there was no astrophysics like straight away from the bachelor. So I started with physics, but I kind of had already in my mind the idea that I would probably like to go towards astrophysics. And then I like jumped. I started my jumping city to city kind of early on because like I started in Palermo where I lived for most of my life, but then I went to Trieste for my master, and then
You were still doing physics.
The curriculum was already astrophysics and cosmology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so at that point,
you did the change at the master's.
It technically was physics, but we had some courses in common with other people from like condensed matter, theoretical physics, and whatever. But my curriculum was like with, of course, a lot of astrophysics and cosmology. And so, yeah, at that point, I kind of went to real astrophysics. And then I applied for PhDs, and I got into Padua. So I did it in Padua, and And then I landed in Bologna after PhD.
Okay, so I think we can go back to your bachelor at this point, that then you had to make a shift, because physics is a very general subject. So I mean, you have like plenty of different, let's say, topics. So you go anywhere from solid state physics to like nuclear physics or particle physics, and then.
Well, in the bachelor, you mostly do like the basics. So like,
how does it work?
Mechanics, electromagnetism, mathematical tools, analysis, some coding, labs, you know, optics.
So it is more like general physics.
It's general physics.
You didn't have like any special topics in bachelor. You had to make a choice like, later on.
Yeah, mostly later on. I was just maybe introductory courses, to give an idea of, you know, like some astrophysics was like very general introductory courses at the bachelor, but yeah, it was stuff which as a.
So how did you choose? Astrophysics is a very specific topic.
Yeah, because that was the thing that got me interested in the beginning. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's a big decision.
Yeah. But you know.
So how did it happen?
Because I thought like, yeah.
It was the encyclopedia thing.
Yeah.
It was always all about that. It was all about the catalog and So how did it look like that photos that you saw, like visually speaking, when you're still thinking about it? Like how does it come to your mind? Like what is the mental vision?
It's the big space-time curvature. So it's like the
geometry
rows of possibility of the, you know, from the Big Bang, the inflation, and then the possible. This got me so bad, like the possible way that the universe could die. It was like, the universe is what?
Yeah, what's
like,
happening?
Amazing. Reality itself could like have a boundary. Because back then I kind of interpreted that.
So it really carved itself in your brain. It was like, okay, like I'm looking at this, and then like I'm making an instant connection, and then I'm gonna move toward that. You were like kind of like hardwired.
I want to know more.
Okay.
Yeah. My point is like I want to know more, and honestly, probably it was also borderline with metaphysics at that level, like at that curiosity
level.
Philosophy.
Right, like plenty of people say like astronomy, astrophysics. It's a lot about philosophy.
You want to kind of get an idea of where you're living in, and how does it work. So I was always interested in like how things work, and this was like one of the most fascinating things.
But it's a very different level, right? I mean, cosmos, I mean, like us relating to the age of cosmos is something that is very crazy. I think, like, why are we curious about something that is happening beyond the age that human beings have been on this planet?
Yes,
that's a crazy topic. And then, like, why such a subject is like making us curious? I don't know how you feel about that.
I don't know why people are not more curious.
Yeah, you think?
I mean, okay, we live on the Earth.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't pay your bills, right? It's not your everyday life, and it doesn't have anything to do with your family life.
But at the same time, it's like the way that we live in the universe, right?
Yeah.
Like, sure, most of the time it will never affect us directly, unless a meteorite is going to strike. But I don't know. For me, it's like contextualizing, you know.
Yeah, but we don't give a damn about like so many other like substellar, I don't know, companions or like exoplanets or like whatever else, right? But when you show people this image, like cosmological image of universe, it's a completely different level of connection that like people are like, oh yeah, so we're coming.
It's one of the common questions that like friends not in astronomy also ask me, like the fate of the universe or whatever. What is black holes? Of course, aliens, because I think it's the most existential questions at the end. This is the largest scale, the largest meaning of all. So it's really like, where are we in existence? It's like,
so that was a big question that like motivated you a lot by seeing that. It's like
absolutely.
And then like after that you were like, okay, I'm going to physics, and then like I'm shifting to astrophysics. I
felt like I always knew that I was living on the Earth, but I never wondered like where was Earth. I was like, okay, weird. Could be in my car in New York, and then I found like I'm Australia. Like, dang, it changed something.
No, true. Okay, so how was your first experience with astrophysics when you started your courses during your master's? Was it like something that was responding to your expectations, or was it very far from your expectations?
So there was definitely way more math than I expected. I do not consider myself too much as a math nerd. I'm not sure why, because I like abstraction, but at the same time, not too much. So I have a threshold, and after some level, like I still need to feel the connection with the word that I can
You like
conceive.
tangibles.
Yeah, I like
Abstract
some
is
level of
something like
tangibility.
related
Like at some point, it has to get.
Yeah, true. Because otherwise, I think you would have gone like a straight for like cosmology or like general
like super
relativity
theoretical,
or like
fun.
like mathematical.
Yeah. So that was something like I had to go through with some force of will. Like, okay, do the hard part of math, and really some things were not easy to understand. But a lot of times, like when I was studying for the courses and stuff, I was again like having the moments when you're feeling like you understand something new is like so cool, and you have this feeling, yes, like you unlocked a new way to see the reality. And it's like super rewarding, I think, in my opinion. So I mean, yes, some like my mom used to like says that astrophysics is difficult, but for my experience in my studies, it was not more difficult than I had to study something which I was not interested in. Like for me, studying, I don't know, economics or law would have been so much harder because just I was
There's
not
no
interested.
motivation. You won't try hard for something that you don't like.
So sure, it's not easy.
In all cases,
it's a lot of studying, but comes somehow natural, and in this framework of mind to like that I like to understand how things work and how things are related to each other. Made sense. So that was.
So what was the coolest thing that you saw, like during your master's to like PhD, that like motivated you to go further and then consider this as a real job that is your first postdoc?
Interesting question. I don't know. There's one thing.
Because I think the further that you go, the harder the motivation should be, because it just gets harder and harder, especially to just survive in this community, because you have to sacrifice a lot, you have to move a lot, and then you have to travel a lot. So you have, and the work itself is like very hard in general. So I mean, most people just quit because they have like higher priorities. But I think if you're very attached to something, then you always look back and then you say that, okay, like I'm still like very curious about this thing, or I'm motivated to like put more effort to do that thing. So what was the thing that kept you in this?
I think this approach of discovery, like it's
the joy of discovery.
The joy of discovery, I would say. As in everyday tasks. So I think astronomy, astrophysics, like being an astronomer, is a kind of a weird job. In 2025, I often find myself thinking like, how cool is that we can study things which have no immediate repercussion on the world?
And someone is willing to pay you for this. Like, it doesn't have any social
application. Somebody is paying for making like biggest telescope ever. They don't even know how well it's going to work. It's like it's well informed, highest. No disrespect for people working on that. But I mean, this is something never done before, and which one? I mean, not an immediate generate profits or save lives.
Unintentionally, you're trying to push the boundaries because you need something more bigger and then like going further.
I mean, I think it's a luxury to be able to dedicate ourselves to such intellectual and like mind things, and to wonder about the world, the universe, and the stars. So this is interesting, and sometimes like it feels special because like, wow, I'm blessed to be able to pursue this. Sometimes also kicks in the kind of existential doubts, like, should I be making something more useful for the world is crashing, climate is dying.
So
like, the world is burning, and I'm like, watching the stars.
Yeah, this is like the first instance. Like just keep looking up. Right? Don't look down.
Yeah. So that's something that comes up sometimes.
Right.
I want to believe that if we're still here in the first place, it means that it works. Like as a humanity in general, like
the general ecosystem is like kind of
we shouldn't. Like somebody should be doing this. As in
each to their own, right? We all have our own contribution to humanity.
In a way that maybe we can also understand immediately. True. But I'm sure if it's still here, it means that it's brings still values to the system, humanity in its whole.
Of course,
So that's kind of cool.
Right. I feel like it's a lot personal at a certain level that like you're just enjoying just like discovering stuff that are like far away, and then I think one of the things that people usually say, especially at the postdoc level, they say what is keeping me in this field is the joy of discovery, especially for astronomers, because you always have a theory in mind, you go for observation, and then like it turns out to be just deviating from everything that you knew before. So like, I mean, it's never going the way that you were exactly. Right? I mean, you never know. Right? True. Like this is why it's so interesting. Right? Because you never know. Because I mean, even like the most standard things that you're thinking, you're like, oh, we have found this anomaly, so this is why we're applying for the observation time, etc. But at the end of the day, you figure out that it was much bigger than what I thought. Or like, I don't know, like you have a sample of like 100 stars and you're doing some statistical analysis, like on all of these like stars. But then when you look at them one by one in detail, then like you just like start seeing things emerging that are completely outside of your expectation, and then like the scope that you were wondering like, oh like I'm gonna publish a paper like this, but then like you start analyzing stuff and you're like, okay, like this is not one paper, this is like 2-3 papers, because like look what we've figured out.
You and then from that more open questions.
Right. So you have like one question. I had this very like I had this very beautiful interview with someone who's doing science communication, and I think at a certain point I knew this, but he just reminded us that like science is all about questions, it's not about answers. And this is why it's very beautiful, because you're always having more and more questions, and then like you're moving forward with it. So do you think like this is also like your type of job, like do you resonate with this? I mean, this is like the way that we're
it's hard to say honestly. Like it's hard to pinpoint, because like I think when I try to go too much into the detail of why, it gets evanescence. It's hard to pinpoint, right?
No, true. Right.
But somehow it feels right to pursue, and it's I mean it's super fascinating. It's super you say I don't know the English word, but like
you can say it in Italian.
Like you wake up and you don't think, oh God, I have to work all day. I cannot see the time it ends, but it happens that I'm finishing my day and it's like, I wish I had more, an extra half an hour, just because at that point I kind of want to know how the thing I'm doing ends, where it leads me. So it's a good feeling to be kind of hyped about what you're doing, and that you have some personal investment, you care about your work, basically. You care about what you're doing and the things that the implication it can have.
No, but the starting point is also very important, because the job is hard, and like whenever you're in that like very hard space, you always fall back on why I started this. And when you have a strong motivation, I think it facilitates the entire procedure. Okay, so this is how you became an astronomer. I guess. Right. It all started with an encyclopedia. So,
I left particles away.
Okay.
Numbers? You.
Oh my God. Really? Okay. That's weird. No, I still do love particles. Quantum field theory, it's still like one of the topics that I really love.
I find it super fascinating,
but I don't want it to be my job.
At the same time, I feel it's not my.
It's not my everyday life.
Yeah,
it's like something that is very beautiful. Colosseum is something that you.
I'm happy that other people are dealing with that. they would.
But it's not our job.
Pretty much this.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think like this kind of nicely laid out the context for the second question. That is, how do you feel as an astronomer on daily basis?
Well,
when you're in this job.
Yeah, I think I partially.
Answered this. Yeah.
Partially.
But if you want to use some specific vocabulary.
Yeah.
To explain this.
So I think kind of lucky, as I was saying, to be able to have this level of detachment from everyday problems. I would synthesize like what I was saying earlier, like this, and to pursue something which is maybe more stimulating for your mind than just a practical job. So in a way, lucky, in a way, a bit. I feel like we are a niche. So also from people not in astronomy, I think there is this feeling of like we live in our own world.
We're living in a bubble.
We're kind of a bubble.
We're kind of detached from
which
society.
is luckily still fascinating also for the general public. So they don't hate it. I think we are not hated.
No, I think it's one of
like
the
people
most,
usually are like happy when they say, "Oh wow, astronomy is kind of cool."
And you can
which is
connect with
encouraging.
people because of the darker skies. Because everyone can, at a certain level, just connect with the skies and
they
the
can feel an
stars,
experience.
planets, like a stuff.
Yeah,
no one is a stranger.
When you start going to detail.
Right. But then, like atomic molecular physics, for example, like quantum information is a very difficult topic. You cannot like make that type of connection. I mean, you can still do public outreach with it, but I think with the stars, like there's a huge history with it, right?
Yeah.
For like thousands, like for thousands of years, like we've been observing this.
Was out there, even was much easier to see than today. Of course, for light pollution and everything. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I feel like we're kind of a lucky bubble, which is fun.
Lucky fun.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. And then I think the darker side is the temporariness, like the precariousness. Is that an English word?
Yeah, I think
of the job, but I don't think it's just applied to astronomy. It's academia
it's academia in general. It's the world of research.
The problem is that with astronomy, if you're outside of academia, you're likely not doing really astronomy. Like you're be doing for applied science, which is a bit different. Still cool, but different. So we are kind of forced to be in academia or any research center, and the general feeling in the community, I think, is like everybody can say like is this kind of fear of being so precarious that you don't have an easy time to plan your future because now you're here and then maybe in a couple of years you're somewhere else just because like you're following. It
comes with a lot of sacrifice.
So I think that's the biggest for people, and still figuring out myself, because you as a matter of fact, you have to take into account that if you want to go for it, follow it to the end. You can likely be with fixed terms for 10 years after your PhD, right? So like it's normal for good researchers to become permanent staff after their 40s easily, or in their 40s. So it's something which will dictate how you live those years. Where maybe other people are already like buying houses, putting kids, settling down in one place, and we're still kind of young inside. And like
our life is like the college kids. Kind of, because like you're moving still. I mean, in our 30s, we're not like establishing families.
I think really it's like.
Even like with relationships, I think. I think like even with relationships, because you never know. I mean, if you're like moving from like one country to far
you have to be flexible. Otherwise, you will break.
True.
And this is another cool thing that the community, as I was saying earlier, is I think it's a cool community. Like I find a lot of positive reinforcement from the other colleagues, from also the seniors. Like often they have been nice. Maybe I've been also like in this because it also there is a lot of chance, like because you won't always know who you're going with to do the PhD, for example. And of course you can take different paths. So
and you have to move countries for that person, and still like
but
it can be
the average of the top of astronomy compared to maybe other faculties is still kind of good. So the people in astronomy are generally good mentors, and they don't want to.
And they have good culture and education, I guess.
I think
it's a lot of collaboration because we are forced into collaborating with each other. So we're always like respecting and then appreciating each other's efforts.
Yeah.
While it is not like a given in industry, because industry is like super profit based.
Yeah.
And then like also it's a lot about promotion and then satisfying your boss. So I mean it has like a lot of like different factors that we don't have in astronomy, because in astronomy people are like, oh yeah, like, we're grateful if someone is doing something.
Yeah, feels more like a tribe. Also because once you start to go into one subtopics, I mean, if you're enough years in the game, you probably know the community. Like
because there are not that many people who do that even.
Like already astronomers are not that many, but in your subtopic, and if you go around conference after a few years, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know that guy, I know that guy. At least you know the names, and you kind of know what they're doing. So it gives you kind of a good control, at least sense of control. Like it's not an infinite universe. Sorry for the joke.
This is gonna backfire.
It's not an infinite length.
And astronomer said that okay, universe is not.
Like I feel like sometimes I feel like if you put yourself to it, like you can actually make a contribution for the community. Like you will not be just a number just working in a factory for 10,000, 1,000,000,000 people. So
you see
inspiring.
your impact.
Yeah, I think that's
that you're making ripples, etc. In the real time.
I mean, if you get into a nice position, maybe you get some funds, where you can do your own independent research. You will have students, PhDs, and stuff. So you will kind of also give a direction to the research itself, which is cool. I mean, you can make a difference in a way. So that's inspiring, but it's not easy. And one thing they don't teach us at any point, I think, is like the marketing side, because we still live in this kind of world. So you need to apply for funds, get them, and write projects.
It's a lot about like managing a business.
Yeah, this is like a
and how you're selling your
kind of meta skill, which at some point you have to pick from air or from other people.
Because we don't have any courses.
And it's super hard. It's one of the hardest things for me, like of the whole journey. Exams were tough, but once you're done, you're done. Getting grants, funds, and thinking of like how to do your own research is another whole story, right?
No, but also like the lifestyle. I think at the first year of your PhD, they should dedicate this task to someone to just teach them like, how many times you're gonna move, and then how your future will look like before becoming a staff. But then maybe like that is also I don't know, because people have very different trajectories before they become permanent, because some people are just always like in the same place, and then like they just move like maybe once or maximum twice, and then like they're back, and then like they're staff. Some people are not like that, like they're like Marco Polo, like every single time like they're just like going from city to another city, or like they're like moving from one continent to another one. So like you have like mixture of everything, so it's not fixed at all.
Also big variety.
Right.
But I think also this like doesn't come through beforehand. So like before starting astronomy, and actually before also the PhD, during my entire studies, it was completely unknown for me. Like the fact that at some point I would have to worry about the monetary side, like the fundings basically. It's something that when I was interested in, of course, in the research, I was just thinking of the research per se. And I never thought it would imply being able to sell your work, really get some marketing skills in a way. So that's tricky.
It's very tricky to navigate this environment, because firstly, like we're not trained to. But then like you have to make it on your own. Like some people who are more talented on these topics, like they get it better, like they get a hold of this earlier on.
But I guess I still haven't done it, but from what I see, I think that the way to train is just brutally go through it. So it's like just start and apply, and it will go bad the first time. You will fail, but
and then you learn from your
by
mistakes,
trials, at some point you will kind of get better. It's just a painful way to learn, but it is what it is.
But I've also heard from people who are very experienced that this is like really lottery. So like maybe first time it's not going through because you're competing with people who are like way better than you. The second round, like you're just competing with people who are like more or less on the same level. So you never know. It's also about like who's competing. Also, like that cycle, etc. And they're like, what is appealing to the committee? And then like, who is evaluating your application? But there are like so many factors. So it's really lottery. I think like there's no way to tell. Yeah, true. Okay. So again, like back to my question. If you're choosing between 1 to 5 words to describe your feelings as an astronomer.
Okay.
In your current state.
Current state.
Yeah. Not like your future or like how you were feeling like in the past, like today.
Today, no, today is too.
Today was too much. Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah, like it's too. Yeah.
Let's say the past 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
It's an average.
Okay. Yeah.
So, so yeah, I would say like fascinating.
Yeah.
Cool. Frustrating.
Yeah.
Big part. Okay. Frustration is a big feeling in everyday work. Is it 4? Is it 3? Yeah. I lost count.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, like, go ahead.
Okay. And
I heard fortunate as well.
Yeah, kind of.
Fortunate and frustrating.
Yeah. Let's say lucky.
Yeah.
And inspiring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Uncertain.
Let's add
a bit of uncertainty. So there's always there.
No, like here I'm just like really opening the floor for people to express themselves because also I think it's important for everyone to know if you're feeling anxious or like depressed or like sad at times. And then like because the nature of this work is highly uncertain, right? So like people don't know where they're going with their job. And then at a certain point, some people really have it because it's just too much. Like you don't want to move again, or like you have established life somewhere. So I mean, it's a lot about like lifestyles, etc. So I mean, if you're comfortable just expressing yourself in that way, like don't hesitate because this is also having some statistical application.
Sure. I think at the moment, I still haven't really yet fallen down any like definitive path, or at least not in definitive in my mind. So it kind of went in waves. Like I had waves of being like, yeah, I'm gonna do this like for real, be super give 100% of myself to that, and moments in which I felt like, yeah, maybe I could also see myself doing other stuff, like being not just an astronomer, or also being, bother of changing places too many times, because I feel it has an impact on me. Like having changed so much city, like every time I need to kind of reset again my friendships, my knowing of the place where I'm living. So, and okay, since I'm still early in the, say, academic path, I think I still have some years to really let it rain on me and see how it feels. So first, like, feel it, and then really decide. So for now, I'm experiencing these like moments where I feel both the weight of the uncertainty, and I think like I question it. So I wonder if for how long I can withstand this, because I also, for how I am, I like a level of determinacy. And other ways where I think like, yeah, I would really like to go through, start following really what I like, and being a member of this community, like for the long term. Yeah, because it has these very cool things.
Yeah, of course. So among the cities that you visited, is there a place that you think you could settle down in? Like, mentally speaking? Like, was there a city that you really deeply connected to, and you were like, okay, if I'm going to be a researcher, like, this is a place?
Well, I liked them all, so I had good time in all of them.
Okay.
Well, Palermo is kind of a different story because I was born there, so it's like I have a different view because so many years I've lived there, kind of emotionally different. It's my birth city, there's family, whatever. So excluding Palermo, excluding Palermo, of the other three, I would say Bologna is kind of I think a safe bet. So I didn't decide. Of course, I didn't. I'm not trying to live there, but because
but it happened anyways.
Pretentious now.
I chose between my offers.
If it happened, I would be like, it could happen. I could. I could see it like being also longer. And for the longer future, also Palermo has it's still more abstract, as I said, because there is a bit of struggle Odietamo. But it also has its own pros. So in my mind, I think like it could be also a good place to have a foot on and maybe retire.
Even okay, so you're really having a mental vision of future. Right. No, but it's cool. Like if you're connecting to a city that deeply, because I mean, it didn't happen, for example, I mean, you were here for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, 3 years not that long.
It is. I mean, in the lifetime of our contracts, I believe 3 years is a lot. No, but 3 years we change a lot.
We do.
2 years, like I mean, it's just a contract, right? So you're doing a completely different, I don't know, type of job. You're working with very different people. You're in a different city. You're hanging out with different people.
You don't end up the same that you arrived.
No, true.
But at the same time,
there's a lot of change. Like 2 years, 3 years.
Know a place is not that much. Like 2-3 years to know a city.
I had this feeling.
You can get an idea
because Rome was very big.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, there was like a lot to explore.
Yeah.
Or like I had this feeling with London as well, but then like I was visiting.
Okay.
No, I mean, okay, this is great. Okay, so my final question, I think you're always like answering my questions like beforehand a little bit. I don't know how you're getting there, but this is you. So how do you see your future in this field? You just like I think like you kind of answered this that like I'm gonna start my own group. I'm gonna get grants and then retire in this field. So most probably in an Italian institute. So the mental image, I believe, is there already, kind of.
It's very like realistic. Draft. Okay. So I would like to take things into my hands like sooner than later, because I think it's just more satisfying, and you can be more coherent because like I feel like when you're doing postdocs, you're still subject to potentially jumping from one subtopic to another subtopic and scatter a bit all over the place. But once you kind of get your own thing, you can really go down that and really ride the wave, which sounds more appealing to me. So I still don't know how to do that, but I would like to be able to do that. So
I think like at a certain point, if you want to survive in this way, you have to do that. Like, you have to make it like
yes, kind of either that or
die. I mean, you cannot be like a postdoc.
So I would like to do that, but as I said, I will see how it feels, how long I can withstand the instability, as in personal life instability of changing place and changing people, friends. Because I'm kind of a person of habit. So I like to have some level of routine and stability. Not every day like being identical, but like a little level of certainty in the chaos.
Okay,
So that gives me
not
like
continuously
gives
the eye of the storm. Right?
that gives me a bit of relief. So I think it would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and if it works, amazing.
Okay,
If it doesn't work, we'll see.
We'll see in a few years, I guess.
Yeah. I hope
we're gonna come back to this video and say
Oh my
what
God.
you said, and then like double check, which one of these things came true. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the experiments that I really look forward to. I think in 5 years we can come back. Yeah, right.
Because in 5 years everything will change.
Yeah,
really, like,
yeah. We will see, like how many of these 100 astronomers that we've interviewed are like still around after 5 years.
You see the statistic arising from actual people.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's fascinating. That's something to look forward to after this project.
Yeah. Let me know how it goes.
The results will be in a paper.
I wonder on which side I will be.
Yeah, right. We'll see. Yeah, maybe you will have a job that you love even better.
Who knows?
Because like I mean, when you haven't been in other spaces, it's very difficult to tell.
That's the point. It's
because this is your entire world, right?
Yeah.
You haven't emerged from this to see like what is expecting you outside. Maybe you will find something that is way cooler. You never know.
My entire life until now, in a way, has been studying in one way or another. Like,
and it's always been astrophysics.
University to academia was still kind of the field of learning at the larger scale.
So how many years now? 5 plus 1. Is it 6 years?
Yeah.
And then like another year.
5,
so like
no. 5 of studies plus 3 of PhD plus 1.
Yeah.
So it's like 9.
Right. Okay. Even.
Yeah.
Right.
And then all the school before, so it's like I never had a classic job.
Oh, really?
Ever.
Okay. Okay. Never.
Very good.
That's interesting. No, I mean that's interesting.
Yeah. But so,
I think many people
I lack the experience. So I mean, if I'm happy with something else, it's also fine. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I can be interested in several things, which is positive. But I don't know before, so we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Try to stay positive.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, optimism is very important. I think whatever job that you're doing these days, but especially in this field, you have to have a very positive view to just cope with all the mental pressure.
Yeah, lately it hasn't been too easy to be positive, but yeah, we try.
Okay. No, good. Okay, so I think we are at the end of the interview now. Are there any topics that we haven't touched on? Something that you want to... Yeah, I mean, is there like any more comments that you want to make, or do you have something to say?
I look forward to listening this back in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, 5 years back, and we're having this conversation.
Very curious.
Yeah, to see like where we are. Okay, good, great. Nice. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Very much appreciated.
See you soon. Bye.